You are what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
In today's video, I'm coming back with part 2 of my Christmas Gnome collage book. In my previous video, we had cut apart this book and separated all of the pages. I'm still not going to be working with these pages yet. I'm still going to continue working with the pieces that I have cut apart. This is the stack of cards that I've got made with this collection so far. And I'm keeping everything inside of a little plastic bin to keep all the contents that I've created with this project book in this little bucket. So these are all of the pieces that I have cut apart from my previous video, and I've got them separated sort of by theme or style. Today I'm going to focus on these 4-inch cut apart pieces, and I'm going to turn them into a stack of Christmas tags. So I've got 3 colors of cardstock, red, blue, and green. So I'm just determining which cut apart coordinates best with which color. And I'm going to mat these images onto some heavyweight cardstock. Because they're just like sort of thin magazine paper, I need a little bit of sturdiness to support my little tags. So I have some 110-pound cardstock, and I'm going to cut them down to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. This way I have a nice border of colored cardstock all the way around these little tags. So I'm just going to run through and cut up all of this cardstock to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I end up getting 4 panels per piece of cardstock with a little scrap left over that I can use for another project. Once that's done, I'm going to adhere these panels down. I'm just using some tape runner, and then I'll line them up onto my little cardstock. And sometimes they'll need a trim if they're not perfectly squared, and I can just come back in with my trimmer as I go along and trim away any excess to make sure that the borders are even all the way around. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is attempt to round the corners. I ended up not liking this because I felt like I should have rounded the corners before I glued the images onto the cardstock. So I had to peel them back up and round the corners of those two. So I only did that to 2 tags, and then I stopped. I thought, this is ridiculous. So I'm just going to leave them square. Now we have a nice clear backing to write our to and from, and I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that yet. We'll get to that in a minute. So I'm going to punch some holes into this so I can add some twine so that they can be hung from packages or gift bags. And I'm just kind of digging through to make sure that there's nothing in the top corner, so I can punch a hole and add my twine. There are some that have some sentiments that are sort of in the corner, and I want to make sure that I don't punch a hole through the words. So I just find those ones and punch my hole into the corner below the writing. Alright, once all of the holes are punched, now it's time to address the back of these tags. I have a mini Misty stamping tool, I have my tags, and then I also have some May Made It stamp sets. Whenever I want to create tags, these are always my go-to sets because they have the perfect sentiments and decorations and all different fonts of to and from, and these are made specifically for gift giving. So I love reaching for these sets, and I'm going to use the Merry Christmas from the Dash Away set, and then I'm going to use the large to and from the Tag It set. I'll have those linked in the description box down below in case you're interested in checking those out. So I've loaded up my tag into the corner of my Misty, and then I'm using some pigment ink. This is the Hero Arts Unicorn White Pigment ink. So I just ink up my stamp, close the door of the Misty, and press, and if I need to stamp a couple of times I do that so I get a nice crisp greeting on the back of this, and then that's it. Now I'm going to grab some baker's twine. I have this beautiful blue and gold baker's twine that I picked up from Michael's this Christmas season, and I'm just going to cut off a couple of pieces, and then this is my favorite little trick to add baker's twine into tiny little holes. I just grab some reverse tweezers, I fold my baker's twine in half and pinch the little tip of the baker's twine and poke it through the hole in my tag, and then I can grab it with ease on the other side. And then I don't have to worry about struggling with this tiny little hole, and my baker's twine feeds right through perfectly, and it's such a great little tip. And then I'll just slip the tails through there and create a little knot, and then that's it. The tags are complete. This was super simple, super easy. The images are already done and decorated for us. All we did was add a little bit of cardstock for sturdiness and a place to write a message, and a to and a from, some baker's twine, and boom, we have 16 extra special, very unique Christmas tags to add to our packages and gifts for this Christmas season. So my mother has already called dibs on these. She's looking forward to adding these to all of her Christmas presents this year. So I hope that you enjoyed part 2 of this video. We still have a bunch of papers and scraps left over to create more projects. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy this process and if you want to see more from this Christmas gnome collection. Again, I'll leave in the description box down below the products that I used today in case you want to check it out, including this Christmas gnome collage book from Amazon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Coming up on screen are a couple of videos I think you may enjoy. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!